Christian Science, a distinctive religious movement founded in the late 19th century by Mary Baker Eddy, presents a unique theological framework centered on spiritual healing and a reinterpretation of biblical teachings. Emerging from the vibrant intellectual and spiritual landscape of post-Civil War America, it offered a radical alternative to conventional religious and medical paradigms, positing a world where spiritual understanding could overcome all forms of human suffering, including illness. At the heart of Christian Science lies its foundational text, Science and Health, with Key to the Scriptures, penned by Mary Baker Eddy in 1875. This book, alongside the Bible, serves as the authoritative guide for adherents, providing a comprehensive explanation of Eddy's theological system. The Church of Christ Scientist, established by Eddy in Boston in 1879, functions as the institutional embodiment of this faith. The core beliefs of Christian Science are rooted in a singular, all-encompassing understanding of God. God is perceived as infinite, all good, and the sole reality, entirely spiritual and devoid of any material essence. Consequently, the material world, with its inherent imperfections and sufferings, is viewed not as a divine creation, but as a distorted human perception, an illusion stemming from a misunderstanding of spiritual truth. This spiritual monism profoundly impacts the Christian Science understanding of humanity. Man, created in the image and likeness of God, is thus understood to be spiritual and perfect, rather than inherently material or flawed. This perspective directly informs their approach to sin, which is seen not as an inherent defect in humanity, but as a mistaken belief or a departure from spiritual understanding. Forgiveness, therefore, is not about divine absolution in a traditional sense, but rather the destruction of the belief in sin through a deeper realization of spiritual reality. Jesus Christ, for Christian Scientists, is revered as the way shower, whose life, crucifixion, and resurrection demonstrate the power of divine love and reveal humanity's inherent unity with God. He exemplifies how to overcome the illusory nature of sin, sickness, and even death through an understanding of divine law, serving as a model for spiritual enlightenment rather than a singular divine intercessor in the traditional Trinitarian sense. The Bible, particularly the Ten Commandments and Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, provides ethical and moral guidance, interpreted through the lens of Eddy's teachings, to facilitate a practical, Christ-like life. Perhaps the most distinctive and widely recognized practice of Christian Science is its reliance on spiritual healing through prayer, rather than conventional medical intervention. This practice stems directly from their core theological assertion that God is the source of all good, and that illness and suffering are ultimately illusory, a result of a mistaken material perception rather than a divinely ordained or natural phenomenon. Christian Scientists believe that by aligning their thought with the divine principle of health and harmony, they can overcome physical ailments. While they prefer spiritual healing, the Church does not rigidly prohibit medical care for its members, particularly for non-life-threatening conditions like dental work or eye care, or in cases of severe trauma like broken bones. They are also encouraged to comply with public health laws, including quarantines and vaccinations, when religious exemptions are not provided. For deeper spiritual support in times of illness, members may consult a Christian Science practitioner, an individual certified by the Church to offer prayerful treatment. Daily study of the Bible in Science and Health, along with prayer and attendance at church services, are integral to a Christian Scientist's life, fostering a continuous spiritual growth and a deeper understanding of the divine principles that govern their existence. In conclusion, Christian Science offers a unique and comprehensive worldview that prioritizes spiritual understanding as the ultimate reality and the key to human well-being. From its inception by Mary Baker Eddy, it has challenged conventional notions of health, religion, and the very nature of existence. Its emphasis on spiritual healing, its reinterpretation of biblical narratives, and its unique understanding of God and humanity continue to define Christian Science as a distinct and influential religious movement.